आनन्दलीलामयविग्रहाय हेमाभदिव्यै छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। Okay, so yesterday, where were we? We saw that Mahaprabhu is glorifying Srila Sanatan Goswami. And how? What is Mahaprabhu saying? Mahaprabhu is telling Srila Sanatan Goswami that to see you, to see your form, O Srila Sanatan, is the perfection of my eyes. That is, Mahaprabhu is saying, his eyes. To touch your body. So Mahaprabhu was cleaning the body of Srila Sanatan Goswami, who traveled for so many days with torn clothes. So Mahaprabhu was cleaning Srila Sanatan Goswami's transcendental body with Mahaprabhu's own lotus-like transcendental hands, and Mahaprabhu is saying that to touch your body, O Srila Sanatan Goswami, is the perfection of bodily activities, and to glorify your qualities is the perfection of the tongue. For it is very rare to find such a pure devotee like you, my dear Sanatan. So this is how Mahaprabhu is glorifying Srila Sanatan Goswami. And then Mahaprabhu is saying that Mahaprabhu is telling Srila Sanatan Goswami that Krishna is very merciful. Krishna bada dayamay. Krishna is very merciful and he is Patita Pavan. He is the deliverer of fallen souls. He has saved you, Sanatan, from the Maharaurav. Maharaurav, what is that? What is Maharaurav? Srimad Bhagavatam describes Maharaurav as a hell which is meant for those persons who are engaged in killing animals, that is, animal slaughter. And it is stated that the butchers and the animal eaters, they all go to that hellish planet, Maharaurav. From that hellish planet, from outside, uh, we can, I mean, the torture is such in these hellish planets that from outside of these planets also the screams of these people can be heard, because they have to undergo so much torture for their sinful activities. So Maharaurav is one of them. Then Srila Sanatan Goswami is saying, I do not know about the mercy of Lord Krishna, but I can understand that your mercy upon me is causeless, my dear Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have delivered me from the entanglement of material life. Then the Lord asked, how did you get free from that custody? I understand that you were arrested. So Srila Sanatan Goswami then narrated the whole story of his release, what happened and what he said to that jailkeeper, and then what was the conversation and how he gave him 10,000 coins, and all that story was narrated by Srila Sanatan Goswami again to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then the Lord informed him that I saw your two brothers. Which two brothers? Srila Rupa Goswami and Vallabh. So I saw your two brothers and I advised them to proceed toward Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu is now updating Srila Sanatan Goswami. Lord Chaitanya then introduced Chandrasekhar and Tapan Mishra to Srila Sanatan Goswami. And Tapan Mishra pleasantly invited Sri Sanatan Goswami to dine with him. The Lord requested Chandrasekhar to take Sanatan to a barber and make him gentle. So, because Sanatan Goswami had long beard as he was working under the regime of the Muslim, this Nawab. So he also looked like a Muslim. And Krishna consciousness is where we want to be very clean, very neat and tidy. So the Lord requested Chandrasekhar to take Srila Sanatan to a barber and make him gentle. For Srila Sanatan Goswami had grown a long beard, which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like. He asked Chandrasekhar to provide Srila Sanatan Goswami not only with a bath and a clean shave, but with a change of clean and nice clothes as well. After Srila Sanatan Goswami took his bath, Chandrasekhar offered him some good cloth. When Lord Chaitanya was informed that Srila Sanatan had not accepted the new garments, but later accepted only some used garments from Tapan Mishra. Mahaprabhu was very glad. He felt very happy. Chandrasekhar offered him some good new fresh clothes, but Sanatan Goswami did not accept them. He requested Tapan Mishra um, to give him some clothes which were already worn by Tapan Mishra. Please give me your used clothes. I don't want new clothes. This is what Srila Sanatan Goswami said. And when the Lord heard about this, he was very happy. The Lord went to Tapan Mishra's house for lunch and asked him to keep food for Srila Sanatan Goswami. See, the Lord is always worried about us. Lord is always protecting us. Lord is always maintaining us, always providing us. Whatever is required, the Lord is always, his focus is, if my devotee has taken prasad, if my devotee is doing fine, what my devotee is wearing, what my devotee is thinking, what does he require, everything. The Lord is, he says that if somebody lacks something, then I carry it myself on my own shoulders and give it to him. So here we can see how Mahaprabhu was, for small details about Srila Sanatan Goswami, how Mahaprabhu was concerned and particular about everything. The Lord went to Tapan Mishra's house for lunch and asked him to keep food for Sanatan Goswami. Tapan Mishra did not offer Srila Sanatan Goswami the food immediately. However, but after the Lord had finished eating, there were some remnants of Mahaprabhu's Mahaprasad, and those remnants were offered to Srila Sanatan Goswami while the Lord took his rest. For the devotees, the of Mahaprasad of the Lord and then Mahaprasad of the spiritual master. There is nothing that exceeds the value, the invaluable, how invaluable this is for a devotee. Nothing else exceeds this when somebody gives the Mahaprasad of the spiritual master. So here, Tapan Mishra, he did not keep a separate food for Srila Sanatan Goswami. When Mahaprabhu finished taking his food, then the Mahaprasad that was there, uh, that remnant that was offered to Srila Sanatan Goswami. And when was it offered? When Mahaprabhu went to take his rest. After resting, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced a Maharashtrian Brahman, a devotee of his, to Srila Sanatan Goswami, and that Brahman invited Sanatan Goswami to accept lunch daily at his place as long as he remained in Banaras. As long as I remain in Banaras, I will beg from door to door, Srila Sanatan Goswami said. But the Lord will be so good as to accept this invitation for lunch daily at your house. So Sanatan Goswami, he said that no, as long as I am in Banaras, I will go to door and do madhukari, beg for my prasad. But as long as, sorry, not as long as, but the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will be very pleased. He will definitely accept your invitation to have lunch at your house every day. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much pleased by this behavior of Srila Sanatan Goswami, but he noticed the valuable blanket. Now, I will, now question time. Who remembers who gave this valuable blanket to Srila Sanatan Goswami? Please raise your hand. Okay, I can see Lalman Prabhu's raising his hand. Yes, Prabhu. In one word,
Brother-in-law.
Hari Bol. Yes. Yes, Shelly.
Sorry, एक second. His brother-in-law.
Yes, Hari Bol. So his brother-in-law gave him this valuable blanket. And now Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he noticed that. And Sanatan was en route to Banaras. Although Lord, and now when did he notice? When Srila Sanatan Goswami was going to Banaras. At that time, Mahaprabhu noticed that, oh, okay, he's having this valuable blanket. Although Lord Chaitanya did not say anything about the blanket, Srila Sanatan Goswami understood that he did not approve of such a valuable garment on his body. How did Srila Sanatan Goswami understand? Because a pure devotee or a devotee always knows the heart of his spiritual master. Thus, a sincere disciple always understands the desire of the spiritual master. That is the quality of a sincere disciple. So, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Mahaprabhu just looked, and Srila Sanatan Goswami understood that this valuable garment that is there, Mahaprabhu does not approve of it. So, Srila Sanatan Goswami decided to get rid of it. He immediately went to the bank of the Ganges, and there he saw a mendicant washing an old quilt. Some mendicant was there washing his old blanket, and he immediately went to that mendicant. Srila Sanatan Goswami asked him to trade the old quilt for the valuable blanket. And the poor mendicant thought that Sanatan Goswami was joking with him. How is this? The mendicant replied. You appear to be a very nice gentleman, but you are mocking me in this unmannerly way. Because who will do this? You have a very valuable, nicely studded blanket or something on, some clothing, and will you bargain it or will you trade it? You give me your old torn, dusty, dirty blanket, and I will give you my new, very costly price, very pricey thing to you. Nobody does that. So this mendicant, he was thinking, you seem to be a very, very polite, very gentle, very nice person, and you are making fun of me like this. You are saying that you want my this quilt and you will give me that valuable blanket. Now Shla Sanatan Goswami informed him that I am not joking with you. I am very serious. Will you please kindly exchange your torn quilt for this blanket? Finally, the mendicant exchanged his torn quilt for the blanket, and Srila Sanatan Goswami returned to the Lord. Where is your valuable blanket? The Lord immediately inquired. Srila Sanatan Goswami informed him about the exchange, and the Lord loved him for this and thanked him. You are intelligent enough. You have now exhausted all your attraction for material wealth. In other words, the Lord accepts a person for devotional service only when he is completely free from all material possessions. What does this actually mean? We'll understand this uh, in detail tomorrow. Krishna willing, we'll continue reading tomorrow. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for your wonderful association. Hare Krishna. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील जय पताक स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Please let me hear all of your Hari Bol and please bless me. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari
Hari
Bol.
Hari
हरी हरी
Bol.
बोल
हरी बोल.